Well, Gary, I don't think you could have asked for much more from the last 2 days, 2 games. Sorry, 2 matches, 6 points.
Yeah, no, I've just said to them in there, like I'm so proud of the effort and the commitment. I'd put tonight ahead of Saturday, and I've asked for consistency, and I've continuously gone on about consistency, and that was the main brunt of my team talk tonight. And we've had a decent point against Prescott here. We've backed it up with a really good performance at Ashton, and then it's about not accepting it and having that mentality of wanting more. And I asked for effort and commitment and the quality that went into that Ashton game, and right from the get-go today, I just felt we were really on it, and it was a really good game. That Hednesford played their part. They're a really good team, obviously, and favourites for a very, very good reason, and that's plainly obvious to see. But I've got a good group of players in there, and a committed group of players, and over the last couple of games, especially, they've showed it all season. Just the results haven't always been there, but over the last couple of games, especially, they have really turned up, and as I said, I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, and tonight as well, it felt really much like an overall team performance. The attack linking up well, defensively solid, and the midfield as well. So all in all, that togetherness was evident to see out there.
Yeah, again, we were, tactically, we were really aggressive. Just because we were playing, the league favourites, we didn't want to sit back and hold off and play on the counter attack. We really wanted to go at them, and it was a great goal from DC in that first instance, and it took us into half time with like Saturday, something to build on, and something to hold on to, if you like. But we went again, and that, my half time team talk was more around, can you repeat what exactly what you've just done, and as tough as they worked, can they do that again? And they were always going to have a spell, Hednesford, and they did. They came out strong, especially in that first 20-25 minutes, and it got a bit frantic on our part, and we needed a little bit of respite in stages, which we were really, our game management today was really, really good. But no, we've got a foothold again, and scored a great goal with Sam Collins. Great work from DC again, and no, it would be ways, isn't it, to make it a little bit nervy. They scored a goal straight after off a dubious free kick in the first place, I felt, but the character we showed to hold on to that with 20 minutes to go was great to see. And the lads are building something in there, and I'd like to think that they can gain massive confidence from that.
Yeah, you talk about that game management there as well, and you could see throughout the match at times really making it hard for Hednesford to play the football they want to, using that home advantage to really make it nasty out there at times.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to be committed. You need to obviously need the quality with the ball, but out of possession, you need to work from within a shape, especially when you come up against good sides like that. Who are going to have times in the game where they do have a lot of the ball. You need to make sure your shape's right out of possession, and we did that. We were compact. We stayed together, and played out of possession from within that shape. And I can't commend them enough. Like I said, I'm so proud of the effort tonight, and I can't wait till Saturday now. We're in a little bit of decent form. The table looks a lot better than it did 2 or 3 weeks ago, that's for sure. So the lads deserve massive credit for that.
Yeah, and look at the 2 goals. That one in the first half from Donald Chimalila, probably a bit against the run of play at the time, but I don't think he'll hit a strike much sweeter than that one.
No, he's got that, hasn't he, DC? He's been absolutely unbelievable. Since he's come in, I've probably flogged him a little bit in terms of his game time, but he's just different for us, and he's someone who I feel, when you get games off him like tonight, and like we have done at other games, FC United for another example, it was a similar type goal to that tonight, to that FC United one. So no, he's been great since he's come in, and he's an infectious lad. He's him and Ronnie have both fit into the group really well since they've come in late into pre-season, and no, two big players for us, and DC takes applauders for that first goal and his assist tonight, and no, he's done really well, and he's one of what was it? How many subs did we make tonight? We made a couple of subs. One of 13 or 14 players who've massively contributed tonight.
Yeah, and then that second goal from Sam Collins, like I mentioned, assisted by Liddle there, but Collins, just looking at his performance, because I'm sure he had a few harsh words, a month or so back, but since he's come back into the side, his defensive awareness has improved, and I'm sure that goal will do the world of good as well.
Yeah, Sam he's been exceptional since he's come back in the team. He obviously felt like he ended last season as one of our best players, Sam, and probably took him a little bit of time, at the beginning of this season to get back up to speed in terms of his performances, and he had a little niggle, within the early part of the season, but since he's come back in, he's been outstanding, Sam. He's been aggressive, and again, I'll mention consistency because that goes on an individual level, and I know Sam really well. I've worked with Sam outside of football for a while, so I can speak to Sam quite openly, and I asked for performances off him. I asked for consistency off him, and certainly over the time he's been back in the team, he's certainly produced that, and a great goal from him, which you don't normally get, and he thoroughly deserved that.
Another shout out as well, I'm sure, for Alex Nelson, another player that had to be thrown in just because of injury circumstances for Nathan McGinley. But again, he was another one that really stood out tonight and made that position his own. Yeah,
Nelson's has obviously stepped up from the leagues below, so it's always going to be tough. But you wouldn't think that with Nelly. He's come in and he does exactly what it says on the tin. It was an ideal game for him tonight against a tough opponent in Akeem Rose and Montel Gibson, both players who've played at high level. So a tough game for him and Frankie, but Nelson especially is coming for Guinness and produced wonders tonight. I thought his clearances and his position and his defensive awareness and his commitment more than anything, and his aggression was absolutely top notch tonight. And him and Frankie, as well as Colo and Smudge made a vital clearance early in that second half to keep the score at 1-0. So all four have produced great performances tonight, and I include Blandy in that as well.
Yeah, and I guess now it's just about backing it up on Saturday once again. Going into good form and just keeping those same standards again for that visit at Bamber Bridge.
That's the key now. Don't rest on 2 wins in a row. Don't rest on 3 undefeated. Go again. And the teams that do that and find themselves on runs like we're on at the moment and can continue those, you find yourself at the top of the league. We know just how close this league is and where a couple of results can take you. We felt the positive side of that over the last couple of games, and we'll enjoy it while we can, but we certainly won't rest in our laurels. We'll be back in on training Thursday. We'll prepare and we'll look after lads obviously, but we'll prepare properly for what will be another tough game here, and I'm looking forward to coming back, and hopefully we can get a few fans through the door. The lads, they really value the support that the Whitby Town supporters can give us, and we'll certainly need that to go into a busy another couple of weeks.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.